All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our origami unit with a fortune teller. Some people call it a cootie catcher. It's a pretty simple piece of origami. Some of you may already know how to do this, but I'm going to show everybody the steps today. So we're going to start with a piece of square paper, and you are going to start by folding the bottom up, matching those corners very carefully. I like to walk my fingers down from the middle, and then from there, slide out. Some students, when they're trying to make origami, they'll just tap at it. That doesn't actually give you a good crease, so you want to slide all the way around along your crease. Okay, you're going to open it up from there. And you are going to fold this like a book or a card. So you're going to bring one side to the other. Again, you're going to line up those corners carefully. The more careful we are at this step, the easier the next steps are going to be. So I'm going to slide back, and then I'm going to slide down and up along that crease. Okay, now I have like a plus sign in my paper. I'm going to use this as my guide for folding. I'm going to take each corner and I'm going to fold it up to the middle without going across the middle. So you want to go right up to it, but not across that crease that you already made. That's kind of like your boundary. Fold your line like that. Turn your paper, and you can do the exact same thing here. Turn your paper and do the exact same thing here. Nice slides. Looks like an envelope right now. A lot of kids get excited about that. And then we're going to do that last one, which is the trickiest one usually. You don't want to overlap. All right, when you have all four sides like that, you should see an X across the back, and all these flaps are open. All right, we're going to turn it to the other side right now. So we're just going to flip it over. And now, if you look closely, you can see that I have a folded X on here. And we're going to use those lines again. We're going to fold this corner, just like we did on our last step, up to the middle and slide across. We're going to repeat that with all four corners. So I just like to twist. I don't want to overlap my sides. So if I'm going like that, that's going to be wrong. I want to make sure that these two sides don't overlap. Do it on the next corner. Again, we kind of have like a little envelope, and we're just going to finish that off. Okay. Now, we want to fold this in half. So just, it doesn't matter which way, but take your two of your triangles that point at each other. They have a line down the middle, and fold right on that, and just really give it a good crease. And then open that back up and do the opposite way. So I want to go along this crease now in the middle. Fold this over and give that a really good crease. All right, now this part tends to be the hardest for students. Notice I just turned it over so that I have the flaps right here. My fingers are going to end up in the points at the end over here, but this part is a little tricky. So what I like to do is push it together. It kind of makes like a little flower, some of my students call it. And then I'm going to slide a finger under that flap. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Open this flap up a little bit. And now I can get two fingers in. Okay. I want to do the same thing over here. I kind of want to just open this flap. My finger's going to slide all the way down to the point. Same thing right here. Open that flap up and slide your thumb all the way in. Okay. And then I just push them together, and now I have my fortune teller. Okay. If you need help, I can definitely help you with this step. All right, from here, we are going to write on each flap so you know how to tell someone's fortune with this. So I just unfolded it again, and I'm going to write number 1, 2, 3, and 4 on this. You can use a pencil at your seat. And then flip this over, and now I have like 8 little triangles. On each one of those, I'm going to put a number. So 1, and then right next to it, still kind of the same flap, but a different triangle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, my rule about the fortune is it has to be positive. So you can't say someone's fortune is going to be that they don't have a job. Okay, it has to be something positive. So one of the ones we usually start with in 3rd grade is maybe rich. On that side of the triangle, number 1 is rich. Maybe another one is famous. Remember, I don't care about spelling. Just do your best. But all of your flaps need to have a positive thing under it for your fortune teller to work. When you've got them all written on, I won't tell you everything you have to do, then you just fold this back in half. So fold that like that. And then I'm going to stick my fingers back down the flaps. So I just stick one finger in here, one finger in here, and I slide it all the way down. Hands in there. And then the same thing here. I'm going to open those flaps and slide my finger and my thumb all the way down. And now I'm ready to play. So if someone picks a 3, I go like this. 1, 2, 3. And then I have 1, 2, 5, and 6. Let's say they pick 2. 1, 2. And now the only 2 that I have written on are 1 or 2. So let's say that they pick 1. And then their fortune would be that they are going to be rich. That's how you use a fortune teller. That's how you make a fortune teller. And that's how you use it. Make sure your name is on this. You can even just write it on a flap so I can see it. And that is our first piece of origami. Thanks, guys.